Hello and welcome to SWEN 2026. We've got some great school news for you to check out, so stay tuned. Spirit Week is next week, so I'll talk about that right now. Monday is White Lie, Tuesday is Athletes vs. Mathletes, Wednesday is Anything But a Backpack, Thursday is Tropical, and Friday is Class Color. And the homecoming dance is Saturday 27th at 7 to 9:30 p.m. That's all for main news. Now we have a recommendations interview with Mr. Burns.
All right, I'm here with Mr. Burns. How's it going?
Doing pretty good, Artie. How you doing?
Doing great. You're the drama teacher here at SHS. Do you want to talk about some of the things you have going on this year?
Yeah, we're going to be bringing Somersworth Night Live back at some point. I don't know when these things are happening yet, but I'll be figuring it out soon. And we'll be doing a big musical at some point also this year. And yeah, all sorts of exciting stuff like that. So.
Is there any advice you'd want to give to anyone interested in joining drama this year?
I'd say if you're nervous about it or on the fence, I say give it a chance. 9 times out of 10, I get a lot of return customers, meaning they'll come and try it out and they like it. So it's scary trying new things.
Right.
But a lot of times it's worth trying it.
Awesome. If you were to pick any musical to be the musical this year, despite if you could get the rights or not, what would you pick?
Man, you stumped me here, Artie. I'd say my favorite musical of all time is Les Miserables. That's not saying that's what I'd like to do this year,
Right.
but that's saying that's something I'd love to do with a group of students at some point. Yeah, I think that would be my answer for that.
Nice. What would you recommend for a movie?
Rudy. It's a movie about a football player. It's got Sean Astin plays Rudy.
I've seen it.
You have?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like 25 minutes too long. That said, that movie is inspiring, and it's about an underdog, and yeah, it's great.
Nice. What would you recommend for an album?
Cracked Rear View by Hootie and the Blowfish. I think that came out in 1995. My all-time favorite.
Nice. What would you recommend for a TV show?
Well, I'm going to say two, because I have to say The Simpsons, because
Right.
so much of me is informed growing up just watching The Simpsons, and like I have humor from them ingrained in me. The last show I really got into was The Righteous Gemstones on HBO, which is just a great show about a super church family, and everything goes crazy, as you can imagine. But.
And since you're the drama teacher, what would you recommend for a musical?
Well, you know what? Right now, what's on my mind is The Sound of Music. My daughter's on the national tour of that, so I saw that 3 times last week at the Kennedy Center. It's just a great story, classic musical theater, and pretty good intrigue there in Act 2 also. So there's a little bit of something for everybody in it.
Nice. And last but not least, what's an SNL sketch you recommend people look up on YouTube?
You know what? I would look up Will Ferrell. This isn't actually an SNL sketch, but it's Will Ferrell's audition for SNL.
I don't know if I've seen that yet.
I think you can YouTube it, and there's a pretty funny one of him being a cat. So he does little skits for his audition. But then if I had to recommend an actual skit, I would, hands down, if you haven't seen Van Down by the River, I would see that. Yeah, I think those would be the ones.
I mean, the rendition starring Kane was pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Burns.
Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Great segment, guys. Now we have sports with Kane.
On Monday, we have a girls' volleyball game away at Manchester at 6 p.m., as well as a girls' soccer game at home playing against Epping at 4 p.m. Boys' soccer game as well away at Sanborn for a 4 p.m. game. On Tuesday, we have nada. On Wednesday, a girls' volleyball game away at Campbell for 6 p.m., as well as a girls soccer game away at Wilton Lindenborough at 5 p.m. Thursday, we only have a boys soccer game at home playing against Manchester West at 4 p.m. On Friday, we have a football game, a home game at 7 against Campbell, as well as a girls volleyball game at home playing against South Egan at 6 p.m. and a girls soccer game at home against Pittsfield at 4 p.m. That is all for sports this week. I will see you later.
Great segment, Kane. Now we have a special interview with Mr. Shea.
We are looking to see if there are some Somersworth High School students who'd be interested in hiking some of the 4,000 footers in the White Mountains. I know we already have a fair number of students here in Somersworth that are already doing a little bit of hiking, and I know of at least a few that are already tackling some of the 4,000 footers. There's a handful of us that thought it might be pretty neat, given that we're the Somersworth Hilltoppers, to maybe start an outdoor club, a group of mountain toppers, maybe individuals that are interested in doing all of the 4,000 footers. There's 48 of them in the White Mountains. They're just about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from us. They are absolutely beautiful. They're particularly beautiful in the fall. Good for you physically, good for you mentally, good for your spirit to be out in the wilderness and to be hiking. Good company, good conversation with your classmates, with some of the adults here in Somersworth. Thought it might be a fun thing to try. We've got a meeting on Wednesday at 2:15 after school. Just anybody that might be interested in learning more, and maybe we'll see when we get a small group of students and some adults to head out in early October while the leaves are changing and it's particularly beautiful. We're thinking Moosilauke might be a really good mountain to start with. And it's free. Miscellaneous costs, maybe some gas, some lunch, some things like that, but it doesn't cost anything to hike in the White Mountains. And if you need some help with gear or some basics, we'll help you get all set up and hopefully have a really good time. And we'll see where this goes a few years from now. Maybe you could be part of getting this started here at Somersworth High School. Doing hard things is good for you. Doing things that you thought maybe you couldn't do is good for you. So aside from a wonderful view at the top of the mountain, it's pretty fulfilling. Some of you know you can do this, some of you might be uncertain, but I think you're all capable. And it is important to do things that are hard from time to time, that rise to the challenge.
Great interview. Now we have Liam with weather.
Hey, it's Liam, and this is this week's weather. Monday is going to be sunshine with high of 75 and low of 52. Tuesday is going to be sunny with clouds with a high of 76 and a low of 58. Wednesday is going to be clouds and a bit of sunshine, high of 74 and a low of 56. Thursday is going to be mostly sunny with less humidity with a high of 73 and a low of 53. Friday is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 71 and a low of 54. Saturday is going to be mostly cloudy with an afternoon shower with a high of 72 and a low of 53. And Sunday will be cloudy with a high of 74 and a low of 46. That's all for this week's weather. Now back to you, Riley.
Great segment. Now we have Music Talk with Kane and Artie.
Hello, and welcome to Music Talk, a segment where we talk about stuff happening in the local music scene. I'm Artie of the bands Magic Mobile and Spectre Moose.
And I'm Throbbing Hawks!
Also known as Kane. Alright, the reason we're doing this segment today is we have a very special announcement. In about a week on Sunday...
Alfred Tree!
In about a week on Sunday, September 28th, Spectre Moose, Magic Mobile, and Throbbing Ox will be performing at the Rochester Music Festival Porch Fest. We're going to be at the Jetpack Comics stage near the parking lot from 12 to 2, so be sure not to miss that awesome performance. You want to talk about some of the stuff we're playing with you?
I'm gonna play Twist of Cain, which is my name.
Yep.
That rhymed key lime pie.
Bars.
Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus.
Yep.
We're gonna do my two songs, Hot Car and Order, as well as a brand new collab called Freight Train with me and Artie Party injects of voltage.
Totally. It's going to be a super awesome show, so don't miss it. September 28th, Porch Fest. Thanks for watching. Back to you, Riley.
Great job, guys. That's it for SWEN. Thanks for watching.